Mexico's the biggest buyer of Chinese-made automobiles, but that could soon change. The government's proposing to slap a tariff of 50% on Chinese cars, more than doubling the existing one. It's a blow to the Asian giant, one that its foreign ministry, albeit diplomatically, spoke out against.
China has always advocated for inclusive and beneficial economic globalization, opposed all forms of unilateralism, protectionism, and discriminatory and exclusionary measures, and firmly opposed any coercion by others to impose restrictions on China under various pretexts, which undermines our legitimate rights and interests. We will safeguard our interests.
In general, Chinese imports and investments have been increasing in Mexico over the last few years. But the US is concerned that Mexico might provide a backdoor to the North American market for Chinese goods, circumventing US tariffs. Now, with pressure from President Trump and the USMCA, the free trade agreement which links Mexico, the US and Canada up for renegotiation, Mexico has acted.
The US has been claiming, particularly from the arguments made by President Trump, that China is getting access to the US market through Mexico. So Mexico is putting a step into the conversation saying, okay, if that's your claim, then we are doing something to prevent that from being an excuse for the US not to have a reasonable conversation for the USMCA that we are going to have under the sunset clause in the coming months.
So it's all about this free trade agreement between the US, Mexico and Canada, and Mexico trying to make sure that the US comes to the table thinking Mexico's on side.
Yes, and I think that what Mexico did 2 days ago was basically they chose a side, and this side is the US.
That's not, however, how the Mexican president spanned the new tariffs.
We do not want any conflict with any country, so we are talking with the Chinese ambassador in Mexico. We're explaining that this is a measure related to strengthening our economy and the Mexico plan.
The budget proposal has more than 1,400 other tariffs in it, mostly affecting Asian countries. But the one on Chinese cars, say economists, is the most noteworthy measure. Now the Mexican Congress will need to vote in the proposal. But since the governing party has a majority there, that should be a foregone conclusion. John Holman, Al Jazeera, Mexico City.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.